Welcome to the show for bloody good Kiwis across the country.
Okay, time for Plan B!
This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Voigt.
Oh, good day, New Zealand. Welcome to Daily Bhuja. Great to have you on company this Thursday afternoon. Big Thursday on Daily Bhuja, live from the Wellington studios. Hope all you people out there are having a great day. Lobo de noche, Lee Hart. Good night, man. How you going, fellas? Yeah, good, thanks, man. Good.
Tom, can we bring that music down?
That's very loud, that music. I mean, I can't even hear anything at the moment. That music's just playing.
He's quiet.
Tom, can you? Oh, there we go. Gee, I couldn't hear myself think there.
Oh, wait, no, that was mine.
Oh, was that? Sorry, Tom, my bad. Well, Matt's bad.
It's fine the whole time.
Hey, New Zealand, it's great having your company. Hope you're having a great day. The poo jogger, Lee Hart, in the news here. Some dude was going for runs and pooing on the pavement. I don't know about you fellas. I do a lot of running, but I don't usually have the temptation to poo. Right, okay.
Before the rumors start, Lee Hart from Nelson.
Speaking of Nelson, it was great catching up with all the people down in Nelson, all the locals down there. Lee Hart, a great night was had by all. A lot of people got into Johnny Two Good's tunes, of course. Lots of dancing, lots of frivolity, and a bit of rock and roll. And I believe you lads carried on afterwards into the small hours in Nelson town.
What'd you hear?
A little bit after you, but no big deal. Maybe half an hour tops.
Half an hour?
And ended up in Matt's room, a couple of beersies, no big deal. You know, we sort of had a few, got the Pringles out of the minibar there, that's about it.
We're having a great chat about Pringles, saying how on paper it's a terrible concept putting chips in a tube, but it really does work, doesn't it?
I like the tube. I used to put chips in a vacuum cleaner tube and put the vacuum cleaner on blow.
Yeah.
Blow all the chips into your mouth.
Well, that would be handy, actually. It's a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
And I also noticed that at some stage in the night, you guys must have done a cheesel run. Because when I went into the room this morning, there were cheesels everywhere.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I thought
mate,
so.
Sorry about that.
Hey, New Zealand, great having your company. Let's get into a bit of music. This is Oasis.
Is this the new one?
Well, no, it's not that new. It's pretty old, actually.
Really old,
This is brand new from Oasis.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you.
Oasis there on Daily Bhuja this Thursday afternoon.
You know, we spend a lot of time on the road.
Yeah, for sure, mate.
In different studios.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, a song like that just brings you right back.
Yeah.
Where were you when you first heard that song?
Oasis?
Yeah.
God, I think I was only about 4 or 5, Lee, to be honest with you, mate. So I don't really have any sort of cognitive or strong cognitive memories.
Yeah,
of
maybe
that
your
time.
parents were listening to it.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think my parents were probably listening to it in the car or something like that, traveling
That's
on
the
a
thing for
family
me.
outing.
I remember being in a car, maybe some sort of Holden or something with
Morris Minor pedal van.
sitting in the back of the car there, and the mum and dad were driving around.
Herb and Mary.
In those days, they were pashing and stuff, so they were driving around, and I remember that song came on, and I was probably at 4 years old in the back thinking, you know what, this is what life's all about.
Love or life?
Of course, he had a Volkswagen Changi in the back there, but in those days, it was probably called something else. But the point is, God, memories.
Yeah. Look, I know what you mean, mate. I know what you mean. And speaking of cars, it was interesting driving from the airport today. Of course, we all caught the taxi together. I don't know, because the only reason I mentioned last night was you guys obviously hoed into some exotic foods during the night.
Maybe,
because someone passed wind in the taxi on the way from the airport, and it's the first time in my life, and it's the first time I can ever recall, Lee Hart, anyone having to pay a soilage fee in a taxi for passing wind. I mean, it was that pungent. It was like it had adhered to the upholstery of the car.
That's right.
And we all know who was responsible for that.
That's right, and it's unbelievable. Mike Lane, what the hell, what's he on about?
Yeah.
We're in a van, right? We're driving along. We had to actually open the back hatch as we're driving just to blow the air through.
You know, he's the boss of this radio, Hauraki. He's not setting a very good example. When you're paying the soilage fee for your boss, Lee Hart, you know that the ship's gone slightly off course.
I almost wanted to start a GoFundMe page just so we could pay for his doctor's visit because we were that concerned about the odour that was
A ghost haulage.
expelling from his...
Ghost haulage me page.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so horrendous. I wouldn't be surprised if the taxi driver laid some sort of complaint against Radio Hauraki for that, to be honest with you. I mean, it really was disgusting.
I actually complained to the taxi company as soon as we got to the hotel.
Unbelievable.
Hey, now listen.
Enough about us.
Yeah, indeed. I just want to say apologies for the top of the show there. It was a few technical issues, but Tom sorted it out now, so hopefully we're coming through to you loud and clear. And, of course, we are in Wellington, and if you're in Wellington today, around 6 o'clock, go down to Fortune Favours, and we'll be down there again, Lee Hart, meeting all the punters. In the meantime, let's get into a bit of music this balmy Thursday afternoon. It's the Raconteurs, and this is Radio Hauraki.
Couple of beers.
The Raconteurs there on Radio Hauraki this Thursday afternoon.
God, that takes me back.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Where does it take you back to, Lee?
I'll tell you where I was. I was buying a puppy. I was in like a pet store. I remember going in there and there's this...
It wasn't Benny, was it?
No, it wasn't Benny.
Oh, okay. So you've had dogs before Benny. I never knew this.
Yes.
I thought Benny was your first sort of canine love.
Yes, well, he kind of was, but I was in there. I was buying puppies. And not for me.
What, so you're
plural.
buying more than one puppy?
I buy about 20.
20 puppies?
For charity. So what I'll do, I just buy puppies and just give them to homeless people on the streets and stuff.
Well, how are they going to look after them?
Pardon?
How are they going to be able to look after them?
That's not my problem, is it? Once I've given them to, that's their problem. The point is, they get love, they get affection. Money can only go so far, Matt.
I think they just get drunk people patting them on Queen Street at 3 a.m.
A lot of these dogs didn't end up well, to be honest. End up cage fighting and whatever. But the point is,
What, the dogs were cage fighting?
yes, they were fighting, and that.
Do
kind of
dogs
stuff.
cage fight, do they? I
Well,
suppose they do in some places in the world. There's dog fights with
Look,
cages.
But the point is, that song takes me back to those days.
What, the Raconteurs?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Back
Well, that's
to
interesting.
cage fighting puppies.
Cage fighting puppies. Very good. Now, Matty, you're on the textual machine, by the way.
I am.
You're in charge of that. We don't have that in front of us at the moment, so you're going to have to keep us informed of what all the Kiwis are saying out there at the moment.
Don't read the best ones about you. Just try and filter them and get
So
a
you
mix.
just want the good ones.
No, just something that we can relate to.
I think, Lee, that Matt's still sort of coming down from last night in the sense that he signed a lot of autographs, did Lobo de Noche, and he was pretty...
A lot of selfies.
Yeah, and
he's on a bit of a high.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got a massive head, and I noticed that everyone in the studio has a massive head. I don't know what that says about us, but Lobo de Noche today he was walking about like a peacock with all his feathers
right,
out. You know what I mean? The tail was bloomed. It was a rainbow of, hey, look at me.
Let's just wear my sunnies inside today because a bit of a big deal, fellas. People
Yeah, well,
know me.
you certainly were a big deal last night, but the point is, I think Ted Teasdale, halfway through the first day on our radio course,
Of your
said,
2-day radio course.
whatever you do, don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah. And I think another thing, Ted
It's just
Teasdale...
ironic because he did that class before the first day. Because we actually did get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
This first day should have been, he should have done that on the Thursday. He did that course on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
That was the Friday course. So in a way, he got ahead of himself by doing that course on that day.
Yeah, and the thing was, technically, really, because we talk about the fact that your whole radio career with Ted Teasdale only went 2 days,
Yeah.
But because he got ahead of himself, you could argue, Lee Hart, that you actually did the radio course for about 3 days.
Yeah. In a way, if I have to be honest, I reckon I got 4 days worth of learning out of that course. That's how good he was.
Yeah.
You know, Mike Lane actually pulled me aside after
Who's
that.
Mike Lane?
He pulled me aside after doing that heinous fart in the taxi today and said,
Oh, yeah.
we're thinking about switching it from Daily Bhuja to Daily Lobo de Noche.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, it would work because Lobo de Noche means night wolf.
Mate, we've always said that Lobo de Noche is, it's the succession plan, mate.
If you want to get the Spanish for Lobo de Noche in the afternoon, it would be tarde de noche. No, sorry, Lobo de tarde. It's afternoon wolf.
That's catchier than Bhuja, that's all I'm
It's not
saying.
as good.
We're getting some KFC, thank God for that. In the meantime, here's Queens of the Stone Age. The Mutton Birds there on Radio Hauraki. It's Thursday afternoon. We're live in Wellington. And like any good tour manager, Mikhail has just gone to KFC and ordered us a massive bucket o' chicken, Lee Hart. And I can see, my friend, you are a very happy man.
Yeah, that's right, Jace. I mean, look, Matt, he's had a couple of jumps. Look, this is good.
It's good times,
It
isn't
is
it?
Life
good.
is good.
I concur, it is very good.
I think it's a sign of a quality tour manager if they get you KFC on demand. I mean, that's a good call. Now, I just wanted to bring something up with you, Lee. We were discussing yesterday, of course, that when you go on tour, you like to wear 6 pairs of undies.
Yes, I do.
Because we were actually saying to you yesterday, God, your ass looks a little bit bigger than it normally does. I mean, you've already got quite a big ass, but then you explained to us that when you're on tour, you like to wear 6 pairs of undies and just
that's right, Jason. And I'll shed them as I go.
Yeah, you shed them as you go.
And you're saying that when he walked, it kind of looked like someone had a cross trainer in his pants.
Yes, but as I say, day 5, my ass is looking sweet.
Well, it looked like you were wearing a nappy there for a while, but I just want to ask you then, since that's your policy of, wearing 6 pairs of undies all at once, why are you going commando today?
Good question, Jace. What I want to do, I want to buy an extra day. So what I've done, I've taken all the undies off and putting them to the side.
Yeah.
And I'm going commando. I didn't realise we're actually doing the Hamilton gig. I didn't realise that one. So it's a day I didn't bank on.
Right, okay.
That's what I've done. So tomorrow I'll put the whole lot back on.
Right, okay. So it's because we're doing the Hamilton gig, which is on the Saturday, I believe, Loba de Noche, that you've taken all your undies off. It's just that when we were about to come here and we were sitting in the bar waiting for our taxi, you did a bit of a bend over, and it was a hell of a sight to behold, to see your naked ass cleavage. To be honest,
it wouldn't be the first time for you, Jason.
No, well, I must admit I've seen your ass cleavage many times.
I'd certainly hate to judge, but I just would have thought that if someone was going to be commando, that they'd take particular attention not to be flying low as well that day.
Yeah.
But that's just me. But, boy, you can't unsee that, can you?
Yeah, no, you can't. But I'll tell you what.
This is a tour, fellas. Get used to it. We've got 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
You guys are going to see a lot of things you're not used to.
Yeah, that's true. I've got a feeling we will be. Now, Tom, can you hear us up there, mate?
Yeah, loud and clear, Jace.
That's good. How you going, buddy, by the way? You good?
A lot less nervous than I was yesterday, actually.
Oh, good on you, mate. Well, you stuffed up the start, but apart from that, it's been fantastic ever since.
Oh, that's good to hear. So you guys are sounding great, by the way.
Oh, thanks, mate. I really appreciate that. Hey, now listen, Tom.
No one likes a kiss ass, Tom.
Tom.
I've been talking to a lot of people down here, Tom, and they think you're a bit of a dick. But, don't take it personally. That's what I heard.
Is that what Emma said, is it?
We've been, covering you down here, Tom, I can promise you that. Hey, listen, I'm a little bit concerned around 5 o'clock, of course. We've got Lee Hart's Name That Tune. We're without a musical instrument. Now, is Manaya available again to do Name That Tune?
I'm hunting for Manaya, and I think I've actually located him, so I think we're on for that.
Okay, because I was thinking if we can't find Manaya to do Name That Tune, we're going to have to get a listener out there to play Name That Tune. I think we've done that once before.
A debacle.
It was a bit of a debacle with some technical issues, but we may look at that later on. But in the meantime, let's get into a bit of music. It's Fat Freddy's Drop. You're listening to Bhuja.
Hope for a generation.
The soothing sounds of Fat Freddy's Drop there on Radio Hauraki.
Isn't it?
This Thursday afternoon, someone texting in Lee Hart, your voice sounding very sexy today, mate, but you sound on the verge of tears.
Yeah, well, certainly I can relate to that. I wouldn't say I was on the verge of tears with my voice. It sounds a bit rough, I suppose. We had a big night last night, but I did shit myself. But the point is, I can relate to that listener.
Well, is that why you were going? Because I wondered if that's why you were going commando. Actually, is it that you'd had some kind of accident?
Yes, I thought you knew. That's why.
Oh, okay.
I told you to stop pressing, but you kept going. But anyway, that's the point. Well, we've got there now. But I tell you what a show we've got.
Oh yeah,
have we?
I think so. Well, it's your call, really. We actually put a video up on the Daily Bhuja Instagram, which may.
I'm shitting myself.
No, but you're talking about having 20 beers before the show, which kind of explains the status quo. That's all I got. But hey, fortune favours.
Sorry, guys.
It's very hard to do live radio. I mean, Mikhail's done a great job of going to get us KFC, but I just feel like it's taken the attention away from the show a little bit. We've got Lee, and he really is enjoying this big bucket of KFC. And I tell you what, actually, on the flight down, Lee Hart, it was amazing, mate, because I wasn't sitting next to you, but I was sitting in the seat next to you.
Yep.
You were seated next to an Air New Zealand pilot on the way down.
That's right.
He was an Air New Zealand pilot.
He was doing
the changeover, and you talked to him, my friend, and gave him a 45-minute monologue of air history.
That's right.
And I had no idea, mate, that you knew so much about the history of air and of flight.
Well, I'll tell you what, neither did he.
No.
And that's the beauty of it. He's a pilot. He should know this stuff. I know I started with the
Wright brothers, I think you started off with.
I was going to say with the Marx brothers, but with the Wright brothers, and I moved right through, of course, the history, and finishing, of course, with Neil Armstrong, test pilot, through the 60s to 50s, before he, of course, landed on the moon. I mean, what better pilot to do that job? But anyway, hey, That's what I do, Jace.
Yeah, well, it was amazing, wasn't it, Matty? Because
the term verbal waterboarding really comes to mind. 45 minutes straight. I was absolutely fascinated at the fact you could talk that long.
Well, the great news about it actually was that most of the plane got that too. I mean, even if the pilot didn't like it, most of the plane heard that history.
Well, you might not have noticed.
Matt, if one person learned something and that flight...
You're doing your job.
How many, 60 passengers?
Yeah.
If just one of those passengers learned something from that trip, my job's done.
Yeah.
Lee probably didn't notice, but the pilot actually swapped with the actual pilot of the plane.
Yeah, I don't think he was actually scheduled to fly the plane at any stage, but he was kind of hammering on the pilot's door going,
I'll do this one on the house.
Yeah, I'll do this one. You don't have to pay me for this one. It's all good.
Who was the guy that parachuted out? Was that a pilot as well? Was it?
It's the first time I've been on a domestic flight, let me put it this way, where I've seen one of the passengers parachute out of the plane.
Yeah.
We actually almost got our flight from Nelson diverted to Picton because they just wanted to cut the flight short.
History is history, and look, you can never stop learning. One thing I've learned in radio, by the way, is you never stop learning. And I was just telling this pilot, right, you might be good, do your job, but hey, do you know the history of flying? I do.
I mean, how can you be a great flyer if you don't know the history of flying, Lee Hart? That's my question.
That's right.
I mean, you've got to know the fundamentals. I mean, before we even got into radio, you and I were keen radio history enthusiasts.
That's right.
Looking back on the great broadcasters of New Zealand, my friend. I mean, we did our research. We learnt about the history of broadcasting in this country before we even met Ted Teasdale.
We went right back to Thomas Edison's days.
God, he's going again.
Actually, quickly, go to a... do we have a break now, Matty?
You're enabling him.
Bit of Alice in Chains there on Radio Hauraki Thursday afternoon.
That takes me right back.
Does it?
Really, really does.
Alice in Chains?
Yes, unbelievable.
Take you to do you recall where it takes you back to?
Yes, it does. I was at a medical clinic.
Did you know Alice?
I was trying to work out if I had AIDS or not, and I remember going in there and the doctor did.
Well, when you say you were trying to work out if you had it or not, you mean you were getting tested for it?
Well, that's right. You don't go in there knowing you've got it. You go in there and he was doing the checks and stuff, and it's fine. And then sure enough, it turns out I didn't. And then he explained to me you cannot get AIDS, with a girl partner, from having like sex with ice cream and stuff, that all sort of stuff. You can't do that. You know what I mean? You cannot.
So you're having sex with the girl or the ice cream?
Yes, I did, and I was using my foods, your major groups, mainly your dairies, and you cannot transfer AIDS by doing dairy food sex.
Maybe you're just lactose intolerant.
She ended up getting crabs though.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's perils every time you make love, I suppose. But listen, I don't know if I'm in a new studio down here, so I'm not sure if I'm seeing this right. But are the phone lines full up there, Tom?
They are, Jace.
Well, let's go to a call. Let's go to a caller on the line, mate.
A few people might have dropped off just after that last.
This is this is the Polly and Grant Memorial Studio we're in here.
Oh, it is it? A famous one then. We've got a caller on the line, I believe. G'day, Matt.
G'day, Matt. How you going?
Yeah, very good, man. Who are we speaking to?
This is Johnny from the Tron.
G'day, Johnny from the Tron. You going to come up and say g'day to us on the Saturday?
Oh, yeah, definitely, mate.
Good on you, man. We'll come and say g'day. We'll watch some rugby and get into some Johnny Toogood tunes.
Good George Brewery. I'll see you there.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely.
Good on you, Johnny. Hey, now, Johnny, what are you calling up about, mate?
Well, I hear that majestic hawk floating about during that.
Yeah, you did, Johnny. Very good spotting, my friend. And because of that, of course, you've won some sort of extraordinary prize. I can't tell you what it is, but our good mate Tom will look after you. You stay on the line, and we'll see you on Saturday. How does that sound?
Sounds amazing, guys. Cheers for that.
Good on you, mate. Cheers, mate.
And, of course, this evening, Fortune favours in Wellington. Woo! She's shaping up for a biggie.
We're in the Polly and Grant Memorial Studio here. I've got a big question for you coming up, right?
Ooh.
Right after this.
There's the Arctic Monkeys.
Come on, party people. Wave them like you don't care.
On Daily Bhuja this Thursday
does take
afternoon.
me back, Jason.
Yeah, it does. It's really clever in that song how, when the donkey makes the noises over the swearing
Because I
parts.
thought he was going to say something swear words.
Yeah. I think that's clever.
That's clever. That's wacky and clever, and God, it's ahead of its time.
Hey, now listen, we'll talk about
Beatles
this.
never thought of that, did they?
I
Are
bet
the
they
words
didn't.
not burn Mother Eeyore?
Apparently not, Maddie. Apparently not. This makes commercial sense. But listen, I was talking about the film script that I was writing while we've been away. It's been going good. And we'll talk about this after 5, which, by the way, we'll be having Name That Tune after 5 as well. Because I believe this afternoon I may have heard you composing some new ditties, some new tunes, maybe a new album from Lee Hart. We'll find out a little bit more about that later on in the show. In the meantime, let's go to a break. We'll be back with Mania's Name That Tune.
I was going to say something wacky, but we're going somewhere else now.
Yeah, we're going to go to the news, I think.
Yeah, I can give you time quickly.
Oh, yeah, can you do it in 10
I'm
seconds?
just talking about the fact that we're in the Polly and Grant studio.
Yeah.
Legendary broadcasters, other
indeed.
than Edison and maybe Alexander Graham Bell, who's given more to broadcasting than Polly and Grant. Probably no one.
This doesn't seem that way.
But if you had to sleep with one of them, who would it be? For me, it would probably be Grant.
Grant, yeah.
The news coming up there, Maddie?
Seriously?
Pick one, Jace.
The news coming up there, Maddie?
He just mouthed Grant to me.
This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt.
Yeah, sure is great to have your company this Thursday afternoon. The time is 5:03, and can I just say on behalf of Lee, myself, and Loba Denoche, how much we appreciate you listening to the show, Lee Hart.
That's right, Jason. I couldn't put it better myself if I had to.
If there weren't people out there listening to the show, we'd just be 3 men talking to ourselves in a strange room.
And that's right. Just for the break, of course, he put it out there. Who would you rather sleep with, Polly or Grant? And the graph is coming in. Well, it's interesting. Really, a lot of people saying Grant. Less for Polly, but in a way, we've got a lot of female listeners, I suppose, on Bhuja, so that's going to skew that somewhat, I suppose.
It seems like a good time to distance myself from the show and say I usually just do the night show, and I'm thinking about just doing it solely at the moment.
Well, now listen, what we usually do, now that you bring it up, of course, Loba Denoche, we usually do Lee Hart's Name That Tune, but of course Lee Hart is without an instrument today. So we're going to get Mania to do it again.
We did see a certain instrument.
Not one that you can play on the radio.
That's right.
Now, Mania, are you in the studio, buddy?
Yep, I am, boys.
Now, listen, a bit of a debacle yesterday. You dropped your bundle a bit. You shat yourself. Let's be honest about it, Mania. But are you prepared? You ready to go tonight, mate?
Yeah, a bit more prepared today than yesterday. The moment, I think.
Mania, Lee Hart here. Can I just bring myself in?
Sorry,
Look, the thing is, it's a bit like your second album. It's very easy to blow people away with your first one. Backing it up with another hit single, that's tricky. But I'm hoping you can do it.
I've got a feeling you're going to be majestic tonight, Mania. I've got a feeling about it, mate. But in the meantime, it's time now for Mania's Name That Tune.
I thought it was Name That Waiata.
Well, whatever you want.
Okay.
Play this thing, Maddie. So, Mania, talk us through what you're thinking of tonight, mate, without telling us what it is. Maybe some clues as to the direction that you're going, mate.
Yeah, well, I might have told you yesterday that before John took off for the brewery tour, obviously he's with you guys now, he can't take all his guitars on the road. So we're looking after them here in the studio. So I've got one of John Toogood's guitars in my hands.
Brilliant.
Which is part of the reason why
it's kind of surplus to just to the facts. Thanks, Mania. Play the damn tune. We don't care if it's John Toogood's guitar, my guitar, Neil Finn's, or Eric Clapton's. End of the day, you got to play a damn tune, don't you?
Yeah. Right.
I don't know if you've noticed Mania, but when Lee's on the road, he tends to turn into a bit of an arsehole.
Yeah. Right. Here we go.
All right, mate. Hit us with
Here we go,
it.
mate.
Here we go.
That's all you get.
Oh, very nice. It was crisp, it was clean, it was nicely played, and it's enough of a mystery for people to have to really think about that one, Maddie.
Can we get that again? Because I have absolutely no idea what the hell that was.
I think I've got it, yeah.
One more time,
One
mate.
more time?
Yeah. Beautiful. If you can name that tune, New Zealand, give us a call now on 0800 Hauraki. We'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, here's the Gorillas. Oh, yeah, Gorillas there on Daily Bhuja this Thursday afternoon. I think Lee Hart's disappeared somewhere. We don't know where, but I'm sure he'll be back. But nonetheless...
Rumour has it he's doing a power chunder.
Right, that could be right, yes, that would make sense. Now, listen, before that, of course, we had Mania's Name That Tune, and what a good one it was, Maddie. We've heard a few, and that was pretty bloody handy.
I don't want to correct you, but it's Name That Waiata, but it was bloody lovely. He really knows his way around the wee get.
Thanks, fellas.
Mania.
Hey, in actual fact, Mania, it was so lovely, mate. Do you want to give us a bit of a replay?
Oh, yep. I've actually just put the guitar down. Bear with me.
Lee never does that.
I just hope he's taken the pass so that he can get back in, Matty. That's the only thing.
I don't think he took that swipe code.
No, I've got it. Here we are.
All right, mate, away you go.
Right. No, you take your time. It's only live radio.
It's only live radio, man. I don't worry about
it's
it.
only prime time, 10:05. Most people in their car listening to the
Well,
radio.
I would have been on the
What the
bus
hell's
right now
going
if you didn't make me bloody do this. So here we go.
Beautiful, mate. Just as good as the last time you played it. Now, listen, we've got a lot of callers on the line. James is on the line. G'day, mate.
Hey, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, good, James. Yourself?
Yeah, good.
Where are you calling from, buddy?
Nelson.
Beautiful,
Nelson.
I just missed you.
Mate, I tell you what, seriously, obviously we were there yesterday and we left today. It was absolutely majestic down there. It was sunny, warm, blue skies. We flew to Wellington and unfortunately the complete opposite, mate.
Yeah, no, Nelson's a beautiful spot, man. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm telling you what.
Did you come down to McCashin's Brewery last night?
I didn't. I knew it was happening and I had a few other commitments, unfortunately, but sounded like a good night.
Oh, yeah, good on you, mate. Good on you, James. Now listen, my friend, can you name that tune?
I've got a feeling it's Everlong from Foo Fighters.
No.
No?
No, it isn't, James. But hey, man, thanks for the call and thanks for
All
listening.
right.
Good
Cheers,
on you,
mate.
buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate. Let's go to Jaden on the line. G'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
How's life, Jaden?
Oh, not terrible. How about yourself?
Yeah. Getting through, Jaden, getting through. Where are you calling from?
Little place called Lower Hutt.
Oh, the old Lower Hutt. You going to come into Fortune Favours today?
Yeah, okay.
Good on you, mate.
Oh, there he is.
Beautiful. Good on you, Jaden. Come up and say good day, buddy. Now listen, can you name that tune?
I hope so. That's what I called for. I've got
Yeah.
The Feelers Pressure Man.
No.
I think it's illegal for Radio Hauraki to play the Feelers.
Yeah, a little bit. But I'm sorry to say, Jaden, it's not that.
Oh, dear. Oh, well.
Sorry, mate, but thanks for the call. You make sure you come and say good day if you do come tonight, buddy.
Yeah, well, I'll be having words with you.
Good on you, mate. Good on you, mate. Now we've got Zach on the line. G'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
Life's good, Zach?
Life is always good, mate.
Oh, good on you, mate. You sound like you're obviously a glass half full kind of guy, Zach.
Definitely. Pays to be.
Brilliant.
I've never met a bad Zach.
You still won't.
Yeah, no, good call, actually. I don't think I've ever met a bad Zach either.
I don't know one Zach that's a prick.
You know, it's interesting when I say a glass half full or glass half empty. Someone once made the point to me, if the glass is full of poo, it doesn't really matter, does it? If it's half full or half empty. But anyway, Zach, let's cut to the chase, my friend. Can you name that tune?
Home Again. Possibly.
By Johnny Toogood, by She Had, you mean?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Well done. Stay on the line and we'll give you some sort of amazing prize. Good on you, buddy.
Boy, does he know his way around the bloody wheels of steel when he was DJing last night.
Oh, I've never seen so many grown men dance, man.
You can check out, actually, there's a bit of footage on the Daily Bhuja Instagram story. Some guys headbanging to the DJ set, as well as you can pretty much just live vicariously through the whole trip that we've been doing thus far. And I'm actually just about to post a photo up there of one of the most sexually charged photos ever to be put on the Daily Bhuja Instagram, and that is with Jason Hoyt wearing a maroon leather jacket. I'm a little hot under the collar.
Are you, buddy?
After seeing that.
Well, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but should we go to another tune in the meantime?
Yeah, I'm only human. Yes, we should.
And what is it, Matt?
It's
you just keep wobbling it around there. Oh, Silverchair.
Silverchair's hit single and a song.
Good stuff, Matt.
It's a cracker.
Silverchair there on Radio Hauraki this Thursday evening. Great having your company in New Zealand. Now, Lee, you all right, mate?
Yeah, mate. You good? Why?
Oh, no, just you went out there and it looked like was everything okay out there?
Yeah, no, all good. I was just basically out there and mixing with the people in the new office there, all the people over there and that, you know. And, you know, a big night of...
Someone said you went for a chunder.
Pardon?
What?
No, I was just over there and I was, you know, big night last night. It's good night. Good night, wasn't it? Good night. And just mixing with the little people, I suppose, that work over there and photocopy.
The little people?
Well,
oh, Lord.
No, literally they're like dwarfs. They're over there. They've got like a whole section here that are little people that load the photocopy and that. They're like quite small because they don't have to bend over. They're just over there. Anyway, so I was over there. God, you wouldn't believe it. There was like a fire. The photocopy caught on fire. Fucking mayhem. Absolute mayhem. People running around trying to put it out and stuff. I just came in there and sorted it.
Oh, what? So what did you do?
I chugged it on it.
On the fire, on the...
Yeah.
So,
It just so happens I wanted to have a chunder anyway.
right, okay.
Right time, right place.
And so the photocopier went up in flames and you just did a big power bomb on it.
That's right. And
Okay.
put it out. I'm a hero now.
I hope you didn't get any chunder on the little people.
No, they're fine. I'm a hero to these people now.
Now-
if they could lift me up, they would have.
Now, listen, speaking of the tour that we're on, we're going to be at Fortune Favours tonight if you're in Wellington, so come down and say good day. Tour manager Mikhail joins us
Little
now.
people will be there as well.
Will they indeed? Mikhail, how's it all going? Are the horses still in rain, or have the horses bolted?
Like one horse is
You
definitely
seem
bolted.
to have a glazed look in your eyes, like you've lost all will to live. What's that about?
Well, look, we're one party down, and I'm pretty close to walking out, to be honest. We've got 6 more.
Fair enough.
Look, Mikhail, you're experienced at this. You've done tours before. Look, you know what it's like. It always goes big the first night, then it will level out. You know this. Rolling Stones, The Who, you name it. It'll always start off big, it'll level out. You know this.
Yeah, not in my experience. It's just going to get worse.
Can we have a rule that there's no absinthe at the bar tonight?
Yes.
Some
that's a good
horrific.
rule.
I just
Did you
want to...
notice last night that I didn't actually drink that? Did
Well,
you see that?
it entered your mouth, and then you just spat it out.
That's
so
right.
it was your body
Professional, wasn't it?
rejecting
I was
it as opposed
professional.
to the mind.
I was professional.
We were also given, of course, the regulatory taxi chitties.
Yes, the taxi chitties.
I'm sort of getting
You
down...
cashed yours in for cash,
Yeah,
though.
well, yeah. Is there any chance that maybe we can look at getting some more chitties?
No.
Jason's been ordering taxis, but then using it as an ATM.
Yeah.
And swiping the taxi shit and getting
Well, there's
$100
a certain value on every trip that you get. I don't know if you guys knew that.
$100,
So $100, right, for a taxi trip. So if you're doing a 30 taxi trip, I just say to the taxi driver, mate, I've got $100
I know.
on here, so just chuck me $70 cash as well on top of that.
Well, you did it before. You sent a taxi to Palmerston North
Yeah.
and back and said, just give me $30 when you get back.
Exactly, mate.
I mean, that's no way to run a business.
I have been noticing that you've been operating a lot of cash over the last couple of days, actually.
I'm a cash kind of guy, Mikhail. So yeah, but listen, it sounds like everything's going well. Everyone seems to be, staying on track.
Everyone's alive.
In fairness, Jason was selling cocaine as well, which is why he's got a lot of
Well,
cash.
This is day 2. We're here, aren't we?
Yeah, well, it's not day. It's day 2 of the show, and it's
Look, well, this is day 2 of the locations we're at.
Yes.
We've done Nelson, now we're in Wellington. We're here.
and everyone's just looking so great.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
great.
If I'm going to call a spade here, I'm heavily on the back foot today.
Have you heard the phrase second wind? Get
You guys
used to
are
it. Get
yet
used to it.
to-
You gotta see it.
Is that a reference to
When?
the cocaine?
You
When?
gotta see it.
Speaking of the
When-
second wind, what are we going into now, Matt? For God's
This
sake,
would be Alt J's hit single "In Cold Blood" right here on
oh, is
radio.
this a hit single? Is it?
Hauraki.
Well, I think you're about 29 when that song came out, and God, what a tune, eh? What a tune.
Amazing tune, my friend, and yeah, certainly brings back a lot of fond memories.
I think I was 29 weeks.
Yeah, you may have been. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Now, speaking of great tunes, I mentioned earlier in the show, Lee Hart, that I thought I heard you composing some tunes in your hotel room today. What's going on, mate? Is there maybe, I don't know what album you're up to, but is it your 5th album, maybe? Might be brewing and gestating?
You're dead right there, Jason. This is the 5th album. I skipped the 2nd and the 3rd, and went straight to the 4th, and I'm doing the 5th.
Yeah.
So technically it's my 3rd album, but let's call it the 5th. And yeah, basically it's a retrospective of my career musically. So what I'm doing is...
It's not a retrospective of your 3rd and 4th albums, is it?
Well, not really, because they weren't there.
Yeah, that's
so
what I mean.
What I'm trying to do is, had I done those albums, what would I be reflecting on?
Yeah.
So
nice.
basically it's a highlights reel retrospective of the songs I never wrote.
Well, speaking of which, I know that Johnny Toogood, who's on tour with us, he's actually John Toogood is on the
Never
tour with
heard
us,
of
and he's creating an album as we speak. And I thought, well, maybe you guys should get together, bang heads together.
Funny
and
you should say that. Funny you should say that, because he has come on board. He's producing some of my stuff, we call it material.
Yeah,
and either in the music industry or the upholstery business, we call it material. Okay, and in this case with Johnny, he's producing some of my stuff, my early stuff, retrospective reflections. It's called
retrospective reflections.
Yes.
Sounds like a hell of an album. It's obviously going to be very sort of ambient. It's going to be esoteric and sort of in your like.
It's the sort of stuff. You sit down
and you reminisce.
You put the lights down low. You said, make sure you've got plenty of time. All right. You drink a bottle of bourbon, then you put the album on.
Can you drink the bottle of bourbon while you're listening to the album?
No,
or you go drink it
you
before.
can't.
I want to drink a bottle of bourbon listening to this.
Actually,
song.
every album comes with a bottle of bourbon. You drink it first, then you reflect on the album. If you can remember any of the songs.
Well, listen out for that, New Zealand Lee Hart's retrospective reflections. In the meantime, here's Metallica.
In celebration of this song, I'm going to go get some 8% woodies from over the road if you guys can.
Good on you, mate.
I'm in.
11.8 standards. Let's do it.
Metallica there on Radio Hauraki this Thursday afternoon / early evening.
The first time I heard that song, right, I was picking up dry cleaning. I'll never forget it. Unbelievable. Dry cleaning, I mean. These
What,
people...
it was playing in the laundry or...
I think it was in the car when I got back, but the point is, these people, you take, no matter any amount of clothes in there, hour and a half, the whole lot's done, pressed, back, brilliant.
How does the actual process of dry cleaning work?
Well, there's many things that you can do, Matt. You can get it washed and dried, and you can also get it folded if you so desire. You can get it steamed.
Well, no,
there's all sorts of processes with the laundromat.
I thought the whole idea is that it doesn't get washed because it's dry cleaning.
Well, you're talking your suits, your pant, that kind of stuff.
I was more specifically talking laundromat, actually. But I mean, I'm happy to talk dry cleaning. Yeah, dry cleaning's more your steaming.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Your shirts, your collared stuff, the sort of stuff you might wear at a job interview, and then you never get the job and you never wear the stuff again. That kind of thing, you know.
Not to be confused with the steaming that we're doing at the moment for this trip.
Different kind of steaming, Matt. Different kind of steaming entirely.
Yeah. It is a very different kind of steaming there. I don't think there's a lot of that kind of steaming in dry cleaners. Well, I don't know. There might be that kind of steaming in dry cleaners. I can't be presumptuous.
If you stood in a dry cleaners and in the middle of the dry cleaning process while the suit's getting steamed and stuff, your eyes might look the same as they do now. But other than that, I can't really see the comparison.
You'd be ignorant to say there's no such thing as an alcoholic dry cleaner.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
a steaming steamer.
Speaking of which,
I used to go to Steve Steams. He was an alky. You used to go to Steve Steams, didn't you?
Steve Steams. Yeah, no, he was great.
Yeah,
he was great. Immaculate suit stuff.
Got in the booze as well. It was awesome, wasn't he?
Did a great job, Steve Steams.
Always had great collars.
Oh yeah, and not too much starch in the collars too. It's great.
He might have had vomit on his pants, but his shirts
on his trackies,
immaculate.
Yeah, beautiful.
Until he started soaking a bottle of meth through a loaf of bread. That's when he sort of.
That was Steve Steams. Yeah.
Now, speaking of which, Matt, you look like you're on your second wind, mate. What's going on?
I feel good after a bit of KFC.
Yeah.
And,
is that what it was, you think? Made you turn the corner?
Yeah.
Because you were looking very greenish, sort of, had a greenish hue, but now you're looking positively
I've had a bit
vibrant.
Of Coke. Had a bit of Coke.
Yeah.
The drink.
Yeah, a bit of a tinge to you before, more like a, what would you call it?
What's the word?
Like a gecko skin kind of look to you, but now you look normal.
Well, I think I've just got the luxury of youth on my side, and I've bounced back.
Yeah, well, we're the same. Hey?
We're the same. I hear you, man. I hear you.
Steve Steams. Just what I'm saying, Matt, is just because you've answered 2 questions right from the television, general knowledge show does not make you a genius, my friend, all right? I mean, it's like doing live radio. It's like Mania, right? He can play the guitar beautifully when he's not live on air. But you put him on air, falls apart.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
I'm just saying I'd be £50,000 richer if I was the one answering
those
questions.
No. Look, trust me, on air is different. I can do quiz stuff. No one has probably got a better general knowledge than I have. No one in the country.
The only person that I would say would challenge you in terms of general knowledge would be my dad. My dad was one of those guys that would sit on the couch for like Mastermind and stuff and answer every single question.
Yeah.
But it's all very well sitting in the comfort of your studio with your fancy jeans on and your muscle tee.
I did that show back in the 90s, actually. It was different. Masturbate. I sat on the couch, did that one. Remember that show, Masturbate?
When was that? What year was that?
What would happen? They'd give you general knowledge questions, and you'd try and answer them from the couch while you're just wearing your undies. Remember it?
What was it called again?
Masturbate. And then you debate the questions.
Right,
with
okay, so
other
you wouldn't actually
geniuses.
answer them, you'd actually just debate
Well,
them.
you have an answer, then someone else would come on and you debate the questions. It was called On the Couch Masturbating.
Okay, yeah. No, I can't recall.
Great.
I mean, it must have rated well.
Only went for 2 weeks.
Oh, I was going to say, I would think that would rate really
It
well.
got canned for some reason, can't remember why, but look, it's a great show, and,
Well, you remember that great show where they put the heart rate on the contestants?
Yes.
And they'd be under pressure to answer the question. If their heart rate went above a certain level, they weren't able to answer the question. So it was a competition of calming down,
kind of thing,
yeah, keeping their heart rate down, and then answering the question. You see, that sort of thing, Matty, would totally destroy you, I reckon.
Did they do the heart rate thing on that show you were talking about?
Yes, they did. They had the heart rate monitors as well, and it's an amazing show. Amazing show.
Well, I think we should look to bring it back by the sounds of it. Sounds
On the
brilliant.
Couch Masturbate.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring it back.
This is a bit of Beck, is it, Matty?
It is, Jace.
Text 3483 if you'd like to see On the Couch Masturbate.
What station would it be? On what channel?
Hauraki.
Oh, no, I mean on TV.
Oh, TV1, of course.
Oh, okay. Bit of Big there to finish us off for this Thursday night, where it's been great having your company in New Zealand. Now, I believe we're off to Fortune Favours, lads. Is that the plan?
That's right, mate. We're going to head down there. So if you're in the hood, so to speak, in the neighbourhood, beat us down there if you can. We're going to be about 3 minutes from now, so if you can beat us down there, Matt will probably buy you a beer. So that'll be good. Head down there.
Definitely.
And that'll be awesome. And come say good day. Be nice.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Speaking of which, where are we? We're in Tauranga tomorrow. So what was the...
Rising Tide.
Rising Tide, I believe, is where we're going to be tomorrow night.
That's right.
So if you are in Tauranga tomorrow, make sure you put that in your diary and come along and say good day to the team.
And this, of course, is all brought together by Jack Links.
Yes, indeed.
The jerky people. I tell you what, I can't eat enough of that stuff. It's non-stop for me.
I know, mate.
Once
I was struggling to
I can't stop.
I was struggling to rip it out of you. I was trying to give it to all the, the Bhujanists yesterday in Nelson. You just kept ripping it out of my hands.
Well, mate, you put that stuff in front of me, I can't stop.
Great stuff, mate.
Hey, but don't tune out of Radio Hauraki. The Generals are next. He's got a brand new song from Racing, which is an exclusive first play of a new song at 20
You're
past
joking
6.
me.
I wouldn't joke about that kind of crap.
Is this an exclusive new song?
It is an exclusive new song. He's playing for the first time.
And did you say it was by Racing?
Racing.
Okay.
Racing.
Okay. Yeah, good. Hey, New Zealand, thanks for your company this Thursday evening. Make sure you tune into tomorrow's show. From myself, Lee Hart, and Lobo de Noche. Take care out there. Until tomorrow, Bhuja to you.
Bhuja Chini.